Hello friends, my name is Raza Masood. Today we'll discuss about the topic lesson learned. Friends, this is a very important topic with respect to project management or PMBOK project management body of knowledge. Friend, if we talk about exam point of view, friend, this is a very important topic and you will see this topic in the exam at least 10 to 15 questions which are directly related to lesson learned. Friend, if you are studying project management in university or planning to give exam of PMP, so you will definitely see this topic lesson learned in the exam. Also friend, if you are a professional project manager and working in any organization as a professional project manager, so again friend, this is a very important topic, that what does it mean by lesson learned and what is the implications, what are the objectives of using the lesson learned. So now friend, let's start. First of all, I would request to please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell option as well so that my new videos can reach to you. So let's start. Lesson learned. Lesson learned is the knowledge gained from the process of conducting a project. This includes the positives and negatives. The idea is to repeat the positive aspects and not repeat the mistakes. See friend, here whenever we are executing a project as a project manager, friend, see, with the passage of time we learn. Friend, the learning process, we have two approaches to learn. First approach is that we can execute a project and do mistakes by ourselves and then learn from it. The second approach is that we can learn from the mistakes of other people and try to avoid these mistakes by ourselves. So friend, by when we talk about lesson learned, what happened as per the project management PMBOK project management body of knowledge, friend, when we are closing the project, so as a project manager you should make a document which is called as lesson learned. So friend, in that document you basically interview or your own experiences, you write it down. The objective is that whatever went wrong, whatever went well, you can write it down there. And the objective of making that document is that the positives which we have done in that project, we should repeat it, and the negatives or the mistakes or blunders which we have done in the project, we shouldn't have to repeat it. Let me give you a very simple example of lesson learned. For example friend, as a project manager, a project has been assigned to you. Let's assume that you have to implement an mobile application of fund transfer for a banking application. When the project started, the resources which you have assigned, they were not technically so much experienced, and they don't have such knowledge of Android application development. They were good in iOS development, but they were not good in Android development. What happened that uh, in the middle of the project you realize that your resources are not very much competent for Android development for mobile, and it will be very difficult. So what you do, you schedule a training of Android development for the resources, and you after the training the resources become good and they deliver the project. However, what was happened that the project was not successfully delivered on time, and you have to face the problems in the project from customer side as well, from the internal management as well. So what is the lesson learned here? Lesson learned here is that friend, if you know at the early stage that your resources are not very competent for the technology in which you are going to implement the project, so you should have to arrange the training at a very earlier stage of a project, not in the middle of a project. So this is the lesson learned from the project. Friend, lesson learned is simply, you just imagine this as a Excel sheet or Microsoft Word, any document you can use for making the lesson learned. You just interview the resources which had worked with you, maybe with your customer as well friend, and you just try to write it down, the experiences which we have faced. Either it's a positive experience, or either it's a negative experience. You just write it down there. And the purpose of writing down or making the lesson learned document is that, friend, the problems, the issues which you have faced in your project, the other people can read those documents, and it can be very helpful for them if they can learn from those mistakes, and they can avoid it in their project as well. The objective of lesson learn is that whenever you read a lesson learn document of a project, it can be very helpful for you, friend. Because see, if you know that the same mistake, the mistake which the other project manager has done in in that project, so you can just read the lesson learn document and try to avoid these mistakes. So friend, lesson learned documents, lesson learned is a very important topic with respect to exam point of view, and with respect to, especially with respect to professional and practical project management. Why? Because see, friend, here another example I can give you a lesson learned here is that, friend, the for example, you are implementing an e-commerce solution for a project, for a company, ABC company, okay. And you take the estimates from the historical information that the similar project was done in 3 months. So based on that, you estimate that because this is a very similar project, the in the past the similar project was done in 3 months, so based on that we can say that it can be done in 4 months. After the project started, you realize that there are some integration points as well, and due to those integrations, this project is very complex and it cannot be done in before 6 months. So what is the lesson learned here is that, friend, here that you should take the opinion of a technical expert as well before estimating the project. If you take the opinion of a technical expert, he will tell you that there are some new integration points with some third party vendors, and due to that reason the project is very complex and it cannot be done in the 3 months. So the lesson learned here is that whenever you are estimating a project based on the historical information of past projects, you should take the opinion of technical experts as well whenever you are estimating the project. This is very important. Now, friend, what is the process of lesson learned? First of all, you have to identify the comments and recommendations that can be learned. Then make a document, note the detailed lesson learned during the discussions in a report that all participants can respond to. What does it mean, friend? Like you can just take an opinion, you can just discuss, like for example, technical experts, software developers, customer, production deployment team. So you can just take their comments, their reviews, their opinions about the project, then analyze the lesson learned, whatever they are giving their opinion, then store it somewhere means that make a document like Microsoft Word document or Microsoft Excel document and store it somewhere. Store means that, friend, for example, you can store it on Google Docs, you can store it on MS Project server, Microsoft Project server. And by after for retrieving, friend, you can just assign few tags to the lesson. And for example, if you are using a mobile application, you are making a document of lesson learned for mobile application, so you can write it down: Android, iOS mobile application. Some tags should be there so which it can be retrieved easily. So friend, this is the process of making a lesson learned document. First of all, take the comments and feedback of the resources who were involved, either from internally or externally, from customer side or from your company side, and write it down in a document. Analyze those lesson learned which can be added. Then make a document, and make a document of Microsoft Word or Microsoft Excel. Store it somewhere like on Google Docs, Microsoft Project Server, and then assign some tags as well, through which you can retrieve the document at some later stage, like for example after 6 months or one year, you can retrieve that document as well. Friend, here it's just a very simple document, like just put it the project name on the upper side, and you can write what went well. Just make an Excel sheet, what went well, why, what didn't go well, what didn't go well, and then other learnings as well. So friend, you can make the lesson learned document by your own self, whatever the template you can use nowadays. Many templates are available on Google. You can use any of the template. Basically friend, the main objective is that what went well and what didn't go well. Okay, these are the two major things which should be available in the lesson learned documents, because see, if you know what went well, so you can repeat that approach, and what didn't go well, so that means it was a bad approach, it was a failed approach, so you should not have to repeat the mistake. Friend, it is a very very important topic. My bottom of my heart, I just want to tell you that if something goes wrong, so as a project manager you should never ever have to use that mistake. You should not have to repeat that mistake. If you know that these things are not went well in the previous project, so you should not have to repeat that mistake. It is very very important friend, it is very very important. The mistakes which you have done in the previous projects, either it is done by you, it is done by other project managers, it should not have to be repeated. And also friend, this is also very important that knowledge sharing is very important. Whatever the mistakes you have done in your project, you can share it with your friends, with your colleagues, with your colleague project managers, because see, the mistakes which you have done, they can avoid that mistakes in their project, and they can learn from your experience as well. So friend, thanks a lot for your time, and that's all from my side. I hope you like this video. If you like, please share it with your friends and colleagues, and thank you, thanks a lot for your time. Thank you.